Welcome back. It's Thebettermanbysak, where I want you to be your best version. I literally took out the trash. I'm taking out the trash. I'm taking out the trash on crap dates. Men, warning, this may trigger you. The trash was literally taken out for me this week. One, by a guy that I asked to take out my can. It was pretty clear he's not used to taking out his own trash because he put the trash bin like all the way up to the house. Unless the trash man like jumps curbs, there would be no way for him to go ahead and pick up the trash. And I'm really glad I went outside to double check that it was good because I would have missed my trash. I also have a Roomba that I never use, partly because I think it's clogged with all of the dog hair and my hair. But last night it randomly emptied itself. It has its own trash can installed, and I'm like, thank you Roomba for emptying the trash for me, because it's a dirty job and I'm here to shed light on taking the trash out on crap dates, because no more. I just got done finishing up some work with my corporate job, and there's nothing worse than corporate America zapping feminine energy. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull a card from the Divine Feminine Oracle card deck to get my energy back in alignment so I can go ahead and do this training properly. Parvati, the goddess of devotion. I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. Beautiful. And that's kind of in line with what I'm going to talk about here. By the way, not all of these cards have to do with love. So anyone out there thinking that, it's not true. By the way, I'm at my kitchen table and it's going to be a serious conversation because no meals are had here, just conversations. Have you noticed Barbie around? Images of Barbie, Ken? If you haven't, you've been living under a rock, because this week, the Barbie movie comes out. I believe it's July 21st. I have my tickets. I'm sure you might not have yours, but women out there that grew up with Barbie probably have tickets, probably have an event scheduled with their girlfriends, and they're looking forward to it this week. So fair warning, you're probably gonna be seeing a lot of people dressing like Barbie this week, because they're kind of excited in anticipation of the upcoming movie. Don't worry, you're not gonna be left out. And that's exactly what this video is about. An opportunity for you to be included. Just because she might have tickets doesn't necessarily mean she wouldn't wanna go again. Women that grew up playing Barbies most likely already have their tickets. Me personally, I grew up playing My Little Pony, no surprise there. I may have had one Barbie, but what girl isn't interested in living her dream life? Dream house, dream car, dream man, just dream everything, right? And dream date, and that's why I wanted to talk to you about this here. I want to give men an opportunity to take the woman in their life to this movie, because it's not necessarily just for women. I think it would be a beautiful date night movie. I haven't seen it yet, but just from the previews, it looks great. So I'm asking anyone that's kind of rolling their eyes, like, I really don't want to go see that movie, it looks terrible. I'm asking for you to have an open mind, because just shutting off the idea immediately, it means you're closed off. If you've seen some of my videos previously and you're watching this one now, you're probably open. You're open to the idea, and that's exactly what I'm asking for here. If you can achieve pulling off this date night within the first week of the movie coming out, you have like 5 bonus points. Not only is it a notch in your hat, if you achieve this, she's gonna be excited to see the movie with her friends and you, the man in her life. By the way, she's going to be bragging to all her girlfriends that you asked her to the movie. Meanwhile, the men in their lives are probably watching sports, or I don't know, what's the sport right now? It's July. Is it basketball? Whatever sport is in season right now, they're gonna be watching that instead of thinking about going to the Barbie movie. And also it shows you're man enough to go to the movie. It may not be your first choice, but she should be your first choice. And that's why it makes it so special, because you choose her over sports. Every woman's individual in her desires. All women are individuals. They're not Barbie. And they're gonna have all different types of desires. And it's your job to curate the date that's gonna be specific to her. I'm gonna lean on 4 pillars to make this a walk-off home run date night experience for both you and her. It's gonna be a great experience for you because she's gonna be so happy with you. The first pillar is the invite. Any date should be scheduled Wednesday or sooner if it's going to be the remainder of the week, because she's busy. She already has plans, and you clearly don't prioritize her if you're not scheduling the date by Wednesday. Ideally speaking, you would call and invite her, or you could text her something cute like, I wanna be your dream date at the Barbie movie. Would you give me that honor? And then of course, tell her the day and then the time you're thinking about. First, she's gonna be caught off guard, like, who is this? Sometimes I get texts from people and I'm like, I wonder what provoked them to say such nice things. When a woman gets like an unexpected good text from a man, she's thinking, I wonder what's gotten into him. He's being so sweet and romantic. That should be you. We're not saying you always have to do like these romantic things every day, but when you do, it's gonna be noticed and appreciated. The second pillar is transportation. I've recently been in a man's vehicle where I was like, who did it and why? Most women's cars are absolutely disgusting. It's not always the women, the men. They can have dirty cars. I used to work somewhere where this guy would wash his car every Friday around lunch and just be ready for the weekend. And I really admired him for that because he was ready to go. I'm pretty sure he went to the car wash, he went to the bank, he got his cash, and probably dry cleaning, unless they dropped it off, which where I work, they would drop it off. Let's get organized, men. Let's not have everything in the front seat if I'm gonna be sitting in the seat. And also, let's talk about your windshield. I was in a vehicle the other day and this person has a very prestigious job, but what's up with your broken windshield? I'm like, am I going to get injured while going to dinner? It was like halfway cracked. Like, it was like almost like a bullet shot was in his window. Of course, I didn't say anything about the window because it was evident that we both knew it was pretty bad. But let's make the time, people, to make those appointments prior to the weekend, because it wouldn't make her feel safe in your car if it was a hazard. These days, I know you can like get window repair to your office or home. So there are no excuses, people. If you don't have glass coverage, just add it and say it happened after. The third pillar is experience. And hopefully it's gonna be a pleasurable one. You know you're doing a great job if she's laughing, smiling, and not complaining. You can just sense it. We don't expect you to be a mind reader of ours.
Although I'm giving you a bunch of tips here.
But we're literally serving this to you on a platter. This movie, this date night, it's doing all the work. The red carpet has literally been rolled out for you to hit it out of the park. And unless you come with a bad attitude, thinking about work, thinking about everything else you could be doing and not being present, you can't fail. This is a no-fail date, especially if you go to a nice theater where they serve you the drinks, the food, they have the waiters. I mean, it's a whole dining experience while watching the movie. So if you actually hate the movie, you can at least be drinking and eating your favorite things. And you should be more focused on her happiness than yours because the date's all about her. My last pillar that I have written down is wonder and fantasy. That's part of the reason why women like Barbie, because it's a fantasy world and she has imagination, and anything she wonders up that she wants, her wish is your command. That's what women want. They want to live the fantasy life they desire, and hopefully you're gonna be there to achieve it for her. I do believe this video does touch on giving a sense of reality to life, because not everything is a fantasy world. We all know that. If it were, I don't know, I live a pretty good life. But I'd probably have my Ken here just sitting over there with the camera filming this. This video is gonna sharpen the focus on what really is important to her. What are her values? Maybe things that she wanted weren't as important as she realized after the movie, because I think even Barbie has some self-awareness but at the end of the day, someone still needs to do the dishes, the laundry, make money, and cook. And I actually was supposed to cook some muffins before making this video, but then I realized I don't have any of the ingredients, so I don't know who's gonna cook. And I have to figure out who's gonna make those carrot muffins, because I do have a craving for them. And that's what we have to figure out. How are we gonna achieve our dream life and be realistic about getting it? I always wanted a white poodle, and I never thought I could get one. And I have one now. So what is the next step in you getting your dream? It could potentially be this date. Which lady are you gonna take to this dream movie? Because it's gonna definitely have an impact on her. Before the movie, she's gonna be talking about it. Hopefully after the movie, she's gonna have a happy sentiment and talk about it. It's gonna be making a lasting effect on her. And I wanna warn you, please don't take someone to this movie that you don't care about, because she's gonna probably start to have some serious feelings for you. Because if a man is so in touch with his feelings and can set aside his masculinity during the movie and go there while she's probably dressed up in pink with pink heels, and you're gonna be seeing a lot of pink and people in character all week, let alone at the actual event. I want you to enjoy it. I want you to enjoy every single minute of it, because it's gonna be the next step to your desired outcome. And you need to figure out what that is, because even Kens have dreams out there. They want their dream girl, and maybe it's her. Maybe you might realize it might not be her, but if you miss the opportunity in asking her for the date, you will never know. And that's what this is all about. We still need you to wonder. Don't be so hardened by work. I have some clients that say they work every single day with the exception of one day off a month. That's by choice, of course. These are workaholics. And that's not attractive, really, because by the time you do have a break, you're gonna be tired, exhausted, worn out, and talking about how it's your only day off. I don't really think you're gonna be that enjoyable to hang out with. So I'd like everyone to do some self-reflecting before they go to this dream movie, because it may actually have some magical powers. And I'll be going, I think, on Thursday when it comes out. I'm gonna do a movie review on this movie and tell you what I thought. What I'm asking for is for you to be open to the possibility of learning more about yourself and the person you're with, because you never know, if you're creating her dream experience, that it could actually be yours too. And that's what women do. They open up the wonder and possibility in the men they love. Later.